Namaste everyone. Welcome to our 29th annual World Yoga Festival and the 8th International Day of Yoga celebrations. We have 1 month long events with the different organizations, missions, UN, and individuals. Today we have yoga teachers. A long time, my friends from originally they are from Kerala, living in New York. They conduct one wonderful yoga celebrations in White Plains area, Westchester area. That is Dr. Sri Shivadasan Nair and his wife, Dr. Jayasri. They are from Indian Cultural Association of North America. Today they'll teach us yoga asanas, breathing, sun salutation, etc. Just wait for them and practice with them. Here is floor for you, Dr. Jayasri and Shivadasan Nair.
Welcome. We are conducting our on June 25th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Richard Treasure Park in Harsdale, New York. So please, everybody, welcome to our yoga. Okay, first we are going to do the Surya Namaskar. That's a sun salutation, starting with the mantras, and the sun salutation itself have 10 yoga poses. So first, starting with the mantra, and we are going to do 13 Surya Namaskar. That is the one set, and it's very easy form of yoga. Everybody can practice at home every day. Let's take only 7 minutes to complete. Okay, starting the sloga now.
Sada Savitramandala Madhyavarti Narayana Sarasijasana Sannivishtaha Keyuravan Makara Kundalavan Kiriti Hari Hiranmaya Vaputrada Shankha Chakraha Om Mitraya Namaha
Om Mitraya Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, hold the breath, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
Om Ravaye Namaha
Om Ravaye Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, hold the breath, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
Om Suryaya Namaha
Om Suryaya Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, hold the breath, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
Om Bhanave Namaha
Om Bhanave Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, hold the breath, breathe in, out, out.
Om Kagaya Namaha
Om Kagaya Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, hold the breath, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in.
Om Pushne Namaha
Om Pushne Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, hold the breath, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, out.
Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha.
Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Hold the breath. Out, in, out.
Om Marijaye Namaha.
Om Marije Namaha. In, out, in, out. Hold the breath. In, out, in, out.
Om Adityaya Namaha.
Om Adityaya Namaha. In, out, breathe in, out. Hold the breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
Om Savitre Namaha.
Om Savitre Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Hold the breath. Breathe in, out, breathe in, out.
Om Arkaya Namaha.
Om Arkaya Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breath. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in.
Om Bhaskaraya Namaha.
Om Bhaskaraya Namaha. Breathe in, out, breathe in, out. Breath. Breathe in, out, out. Breathe in.
Om Sri Savitra Surya Narayana Namaha.
This is the last one. Om Sri Savitra Surya Narayanaya Namaha. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out.
Adityasya Namaskara.
Adityasya Namaskara.
Ye Kuruvanti Dine Dine.
Ye Kurvanti Dine Dine.
Ayur Prajna Balam Viryam.
Ayo Prajna Balam Viryam.
Tejas Tesham Cha Jayate.
Tejas Chesham Chajayate. Okay, next we are going to practice couple of pranayama. Okay, so you can bring both your hands to the front and cross your leg like this and slowly sit down if you can. Good. And sit Padmasana or whichever way you are comfortable in a Sukhasana. Okay, whichever is comfortable to you. First, we are going to do the Anulom Vilom and start the pranayam with one of the sloga. Okay, so start the sloga first.
ॐ सङ्गच्छत्वं संवदत्वं
Sangachatvam samvadatvam
संवो मनांसि जानताम्
sambho manansi janata
देवाभागं यथा पूर्वे
deva bhagam yatha purve
सञ्जानाना उपासते
kanchananam upasate. Okay, sit straight, your back supposed to be straight, and you can sit put your hands in a chimudra and put your right thumb on your right nostril and put your third and fourth fingers on your left nostril and breathe in from your left and hold the breath for 10 counts and breathe out from your right. Then again, breathe in from your right and hold the breath for 10 seconds and breathe out to the left. And continue the process. We can do it for 2 minutes. Okay, so starting now, breathe in, hold the breath, and slowly breathe out. Again, breathe in from your right, hold the breath, and breathe out. Again, breathing from your left, hold the breath, and breathe out. Breathing from your right, hold the breath, and breathe out. Just continue. You can do it on your own pace. Okay, this last one. Slowly open your eyes and come back to the same position. So next we are practicing Kapalbhati, that is breathing and fast exercise using your abdomen. Okay, so that also we can do it 2 minutes. So take a deep breath. Starting now. You can do it 20 in a sequence and take a deep breath and continue. Okay, slowly open your eyes and same sitting position. We are going to practice the Brahmari. So put both your hands on your face like this and hold your nostrils with your 4 fingers and hold your ears with your thumbs and breathe in and breathe out. Make that Brahmari noise, that is like aeroplane noise. So when you breathe in and breathe out, making that noise. If you hold or hold your ears, like with your thumbs, you can hear that noise very loud and clear. That helps to clear your throat. If you have any throat infection, that may help. Okay, starting for 2 minutes. Everybody can do it on your own pace. Okay, breathe in, close your ears and make that Brahmari noise. Again, breathe in. This is the last one. Slowly open your eyes. Okay, next one. We are practicing the Dhyana Yoga. So that is the normal breathing and breathe out. You can sit straight. You can do this anywhere in your office or sitting wherever you are having a chance to sit down and do this. And put your hands in a chin mudra, or you can lose your hands like this, or you can put your hands on your lap like this. Either way, whichever comfortable, you can do this. Okay, I'm doing because I'm outside in the ground, so put my hands in a chin mudra, and it's like a normal breathing and breathe out. That helps our breathing. will be very comfortable and give a good oxygen passing through all the nerves. Okay, so do it for 2 minutes. The ratio is 1:1. The same way you breathe, same way you breathe out. So everybody can do it on your own pace. Starting now. Okay, close your eyes and breathe in. And slowly breathe out. And feel the air going in and out. Breathe in. Slowly breathe out. Okay, slowly open your eyes. Open your legs. Okay, this is Dandasana. You can stretch your legs a little bit and come to halfway Vajrasana. So we are getting up and doing some standing asanas. Hold your leg like this so you can easily get up. Good. So next we are doing the Tadasana. Okay. So you can stand half foot apart on your feet and open both your arms and stretch your arms both ways and turn your palm and bring your hands all the way up like this and interlock your hands and stand on your toes for 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly come down. Bring your hands down like this. Turn your palm, close your hands. Maybe we can do this one more time. Open both your arms. Turn your palm. Bring your hands up. Interlock your hands. Turn and stand on your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly come down. Hands down. Turn your palm. Close your hands. Okay, this is Tadasana. And next, the standing asana. We are practicing the Vrikshasana. That is the tree pose. Okay. Bring your right, same standing position. Bring your right leg on your left thigh. Okay. And same way we did the Tadasana. Bring your arms straight. Chain your palm. Bring your hands up. This time we are putting your palms in a Pratana mode. Look straight. Stand for 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back. Okay. So do it on your other leg. Put your left leg on your right thigh and bring your hands up. Chain your palm and all the way up. Pratana mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back slowly. Turn your palm. Put your hands. Okay. Do this one more time. Right leg up. Put it on the left thigh. Open the arm. Stretch. Turn your palm. Put your hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands down. Left side. Okay. Hands up. Take your palm. Hold it up. Asana steady. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back slowly. Okay, that is fourth Vritsasana. Next one, doing the Trikonasana. So come to the middle of your mat. And this time, you are opening both your arms and legs together, like a 3 feet apart your leg. Open your arms and turn your toes towards your right hand and bring your right hand down and looking up on your left palm. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back slowly. The foot. Join your hands and legs together. Okay. Next, same way on the left side, open your left leg and turn your foot. Bring your hands down. Looking up on your right palm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back. Turn your foot. Join. Same thing one more time. Open both your arms and legs together. Turn your foot. Bring your hands down. Look up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back. Turn your foot. Hands. On your left side, open your legs and hands together. Turn your foot. Bring your hands down. Looking right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back. Turn your foot. Bring the hands and legs together. So next one, we're doing the Ardha Chakrasana. Okay, same way you stand, half foot apart, and put your hands on your hip like this. Your back's supposed to be straight. This is bending your upper body backwards. Okay. Deep breath and slowly bend your upper body backward as much as you can. Slowly bend and normal breathing and breathe out. Stay for a few minutes and slowly breathe out and come back to the normal position. Good.
Anji,
One more
almost.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. One more time. And bend your upper body backward. And so we can one more.
Nayarji, so our speakers sections are ready. So we had to stop it now. So I want to thank Dr. Jayasri and Siddhasan Nayarji putting yoga class. They're organizing a wonderful Yogasana International Day of Yoga celebration. And this Saturday in Greenberg, White Plains, Westchester County. Every year they conduct this program. I'll be teaching in the group. Those who are in tri-state area, please join. That's a beautiful park. The Indian consulate people will be there. So thank you, Nayarji and Dr. Jayasri, blessing us with your wonderful yoga class starting the program today.
Okay, thank you, Dileepji, for us a chance to participate in our yoga session. Thank you.
Then you look like everything green and lot of birds are there. Look like a Kerala. Appreciate. Okay. So now we are going to the second part of our major program. For all the speakers and singers, some of our board members are here. We have over 1,200 people are watching online.
Okay.
On Facebook, I put it and try to add in different pages. So let us see, usually we get 3,000, 4,000 people watch every day. So my name is Guru Dileepji. I am the global chairman of the World Yoga Community. World Yoga Community is an associate NGO with the United Nations Department of Global Communications. And recently we got accreditation with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. Last 23 years, I am in New York City, putting yoga promotions, cultural activities, religious and spiritual groups, and recently became the director for the Global Committee at the United Nations. I'll say elected, not appointed, elected for 2 years. Today we are partnering our program with the Nisha Foundation. I want to introduce my friend, that's Dr. Priyanka Kothari from New Delhi. She's an Indian film actress, social worker, yoga teacher. Recently, she got the doctorate of philosophy in human psychology, psychic counseling, and yoga. Here I want to feature her, Dr. Priyanka Kothari, and I want to introduce my friend, who is the committee member for the Yogasana competition, that is DK Sharmaji. Where are you? DK Sharmaji, can you put the video? Something happened anyway. So floor is for Dr. Priyanka Kotari. She is the coordinator for this event, and she'll be moderating this wonderful panel section and music. Let us celebrate. Here is Dr. Priyanka Kotari. Floor is for you.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
My greetings to all. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you on 35th World Yoga Community and Global Movement for World Yoga Day. And I would like to express with deep gratitude my thankfulness to you for giving me and my team to this opportunity to talk on such important issue and to learn while sharing my views. So thanks to all of you. I have along with me, I have my chief speaker, Dr. Manu Singh. I welcome him and other speakers as well. Meditation and singing and songs are always, it just like go along. So without, we can say that music we can put next to meditation. I would like to start and begin this program with a beautiful bhajan by our dear singer Kajal Negi. She has been singing in many languages, Hindi, English, in other Indian regional languages. So there is no other better beginning than our prayer. So I would forward it to dear Kajal to start with a beautiful bhajan.
I thank Nisha Foundation, which is doing fantastic work in several areas. Now I present my bhajan. When वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई दाने रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई दाने रे पर दुखे उपकार करे तो मन अभिमान लाने रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई दाने रे सकल लोक मातहुनि वंदे निंदा न करे के नीरे सकल लोक मातहुनि वंदे निंदा न करे के नीरे वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे धन धन जननी तेरी रे वाच काच मन निश्चल राखे धन धन जननी तेरी रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जाने रे समदृष्टि ने कृष्णा त्यागे परसी जिनी मातरे समदृष्टि ने कृष्णा त्यागे परसी जिनी मातरे जे व्यास की असत्य न बोधे पर धब नभ गले हाथ रे जे व्यास की असत्य न बोले पर धन नभ गले हाथ रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जानी रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जानी रे Thank you.
Continue it with, I would like to continue it with not wasting time. I would like to come on our today's topic, which I discussed with Swamiji, and it is the beautiful opportunity right now to begin and learn from this very important topic, mental health. So when we talk about mental health, what is the thing we are looking for, and who is asking this question? This is the first thing which we should be just trying to understand it, because feeling mentally healthy means a sense of wholeness within ourselves, right? It's like your body should be vibrant, your mind should feel joyful, and your emotions should be exuberant. Though we are aware of all these things, but what are the things which is losing and why we are not able to get it? We would like to try to understand with continuity, because when each human on this earth is a source of infinite energy and infinite light, it means you, the people, we, the people, have the power to create and to destruct. But we just have to figure it out, what to create and what to destruct. Actually, most of the time, we are mismatching it. Creation of love, peace, compassion, bliss, happiness, and destruction of hatred, jealousy, negativity, all kind of possessiveness which belongs to mind. We as a human, we all are aware of two dimensions of human existence, very important two existence. One is mind, one is heart. Mind is, what is mind? Mind is certainly feels that he is master, though he is not. Mind is only afraid of one thing, not anything on this earth which we see and we conceive that we are getting feared out of it. Actually, mind is only feel fear from your own heart. We always talk that listen to your heart, do what you feel like, do what you want to achieve in your life. But most of the time, because in the mind mind is consist of thoughts, and thoughts are made out of words. But these words we have borrowed, we have learned from our childhood, which is very, very essential, which is very important for this to live in this mundane world. But is it important for your spiritual and inner growth? When we are talking about mental health, actually we are talking about your spiritual growth. So how to achieve and how to get to that point, so that we should not try to, it's like we most of the time we are trying to become something. It is essential. It is, I'm not saying or denying that we don't have to become something. We have to become, we need doctors, we need engineers, we need servants, we need everything, but not in the cost of losing ourselves. How to maintain it? It's like me being an actress. I learned that you play your part, and then I used to forget what I was, my character, like whatever given character was given to me, I always used to play that role and come out of it. I don't used to carry it at my home, and nobody does. But what in today's life, what we have done, that most of the time we have identified with ourselves so much with the mind, that we think and we started believing that we are mind. But the real master, which is inside your heart, which is not even sleeping, maybe it's just the, you can call it watchfulness, mindfulness, alertness. It has everything, but mind is not allowing it. It immediately gets fearful when your heart wants to say something. When your heart wants to do something, you want to push it aside and you want to become something. But is it possible? Because heart has allowed mind to continue it and take his own decisions, though it is supposed to be your disciple of heart. But heart is continuing, and heart is so gentlemanly that it has never interfered with your mind, and even to direct, because he knows any moment mind could be pushed aside. The moment it decides that I want to take the charge over it, it is possible. So the first thing about mental health is the decision, that are we really keen and interested and worried about our own mental health? It is not me who can direct you. It is you who has to direct yourself, because every human journey is different. Every human is going through different kind of problems. They have different problems in offices or wherever they are working. But we think that there is a single solution. Yes, single solution is possible, not from me, but from your own heart, that small voice, which we most of the time we try to ignore. It is always trying to interact with us, but we think that being louder, being aggressive, we could do wonders in this world. But actually, it is heart which has to be the director, which has to direct that decision. When the decision we start, it says that when you start doing something, 1,000 out of 1,000 steps, 900 steps are already covered once you decide that I want to do it. When you start deciding what you want to do it, then you start finding that what are the things which I have to apply? Is it right diet? Is it right labor, or physical labor, or what you want, what you have to add? In old time, we used to do a lot of physical labor, but nowadays, when we are rich, we have too much of money, we keep servants. That is fine. I'm not denying it, but we think that if a lot of people are working for us, we are fortunate. And if a lot of people are not working for us, we are not fortunate enough. It's a stigma. It's like we have created a thought that we need, yes, that is fine. But at the same time, you need to do the right physical labor, not too much, not less. It should be balanced, so that the energy which gets released every day, you try to use it in a right direction. And here is the role of creativity comes. We all love something. You have to find it about yourself. It could be singing, it could be dancing or cooking or cleaning a floor or anything. Not necessary that everybody has to know that proper singing or proper dancing and you have to be a trained dancer. That is the different thing. But if we try to be creative, that means we are respecting our creator. We always say that Almighty is the creator creation. It is continuously going on. So if we contribute something from ourselves to create, maybe write a novel, or maybe when we were a child, we used to play with mud. Even that is a part of creation. You're trying to create something. So that could be the very essential for maintaining deep, good mental health. And second point is we always deny, we judge others, that we think that we know better, we are good, and if we accept the situation as it is, whatsoever it is, acceptance is the key of right. Acceptance is the key of right and correct. It will lead to the correct mindfulness. So whatever is the situation, if we start accepting it, you will save your energy. You will save if you want to reach the sun, because every human consciousness wants to reach to the height which we are destined to. It's just we have not claimed it yet. So if you want to reach the sun, you need the extra energy, extra hard work. So if most of the time we are just fighting and saying you are wrong and this is right, this is not the way I think, we are trying to perfect everything except ourselves. World is not perfection. It is already perfect. It means we are questioning that this thing is not right. This thing has to be, yes, in this mundane world, you would think that in offices, do we stop correcting? No, we need to do it. But at the same time, applying the things that where we need to do. Then the very important point, which I believe, is that when you start living your heart, when you start living your own inner consciousness, that love is very, very essential. And out of all these things, happiness arises. Sickness is only the disease of serious people. Laugh a little bit, smile a little bit. Maybe somebody is unknown, but a single smile, it is not going to help the heal other. It is going to heal yourself as well. When we are trying to create a sad face, or trying to say that I'm jealous of you or something, any negative feeling, you are the first victim you are the first victim of your own anguish, own sorrow, own problem. We think we are trying to create problem for others. Basically, actually, you are creating, firstly, you are the victim of those problems. So happiness is the key. You cannot drag a happy people in a war. When the person is happy, he is absolutely happy. And we don't go to doctors and ask that why I am happy. When we are sick, then we go to doctor and we try to question that something is wrong inside us. So being happy is a very, very essential part. Simplicity, happiness, these are the very, very minute keys, but these are the keys which definitely works on a great mental health. So but now we have a question. Most of us, we know all this thing. Happiness is very important. Jealousy is wrong. Anger is wrong. But why, when the moment comes, you start acting differently? Then after maybe a 1 hour or 2 hour, if I ask the same person, he will say that, oh, did I say it? I was I wanted to control myself, but I couldn't. Where does this control come from? This control come from, that is the reason where the role of yoga comes. Yoga, unity, where the role of meditation comes. If you start talking and describing yourself as somebody else, it is not going to happen. It's just like simple awareness. It is nothing like that. I always say that meditation and that samadhi position is the climax part of human life. Firstly, we have to start where we are. You can be meditative being in your office. You could be meditative while being in the kiosk. Yes, it is possible. When the out of mud, lotus is possible, then human human energy has all the power which we are not aware of, and we are not made ourselves capable to handle that power. That is the reason all this chaos and problems are happening in our daily life. If we learn, and this learning will come with awareness. In our school days or wherever we go, our teachers used to say, or we say, please concentrate while you are doing. If you are not concentrating, you could not write or you could not do the perfect work. That concentration should be applied in daily life. It should be difficult in the beginning, but slowly, it will become the part of your being, and which will definitely bring lot of gratitude in your life. Gratitude towards Almighty, or gratitude towards all that we are alive. The Swamiji started that let's celebrate. Yes, celebration is life. We have to celebrate every moment. Thank you so much. With this note, I would like to say thanks to all of you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Priyanka Kotari. That was a wonderful presentation. I love it. You brought the spirituality, yoga, and the well-being at the Sustainable Development Goals. Goal number 4 is health and well-being. So very important to think about physical, mental, and spiritual health. A lot of the people don't want to hear about the spiritual health, but as a divine chosen being on this earth, we have to think about everything. A healthy body can be in a healthy mind. A healthy body and mind will create a healthy soul. That's the way it is. That is beyond any religion or culture. So I'll request Dr. Priyanka Kotari to moderate this program and introduce all other speakers. Most of them are new to me. So I think they will comfortable when you introduce them.
Yes, yes.
So floor is for
I
you.
would like to invite Miss Simone Jaisa. She's a holistic meditation practitioner and mentor. She's been conducting many meditation camps, and she's been herself is a practitioner. So please, Simone, join us and share your views on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would like to point out that your piece was really very insightful, and it was very right to say that of pain and pleasure alike, we are the victims first, and then we choose to hurt the other if we do. So very well said. And before I begin, I would like to thank the organizers, Guru Deepakji Maharaj, thank you, sir, and Priyanka Kothari ma'am, thank you, ma'am, for giving me the honor today and for organizing such a lovely event. Well, to begin with, what we notice in the contemporary, what we really notice in the contemporary context of meditation is very limiting and restrictive. Why do I say limiting and restrictive? Is because the idea of meditating has just been sitting in one space and concentrating on the process of thought, or on breathing, or chanting a mantra, or idealizing a god. It is, while all of it might be valid at certain level, it is very restrictive to that particular period of time and to that particular space, while meditation actually means living a meditative life. Meditation is a choice that one has to make from one moment to the other. Meditative living is a way of life that one should choose. One should consciously choose to live like that. So when one might hear of meditative living, one might think that how can you meditate while doing your mundane, your regular, while living your regular life? So let me focus on let me try to explain in the simplest possible way what exactly meditative living means. Meditative living is living entirely in this reality, and from this moment of reality to the other moment of reality. It is not moving to and fro from past into the future. And how does one entirely exist in a single moment? Like, we all must have come across such wonderful quotes on Instagram and on Facebook that one must live from one moment to the other. But how do you do that? That is the question. As Nisha ma'am, as Priyanka ma'am also suggested, that being aware of what you're doing, being entirely in this moment, being entirely aware of the reality of your body, being entirely aware of your entire existence is how you live meditatively. Now, I will try to explain that with an example. I'm sure we all enjoy, most of us enjoy watching movies. So when we go into a movie theater or in a hall, we put aside our phones, we switch it off, we put it on silent, and for the next 2 hours, we put our entire awareness into the hands of the director. And then the director chooses to take our awareness and move it from one emotion to the other through the visuals that are presented to us. And if a director who we have absolutely never met in an entire life and will probably never meet can take our awareness and channelize it through sadness, through happiness, through funny moments, what is it that that hinders us from taking charge of our awareness? Okay. So while we are living from one moment to the other, and while we are trying to be aware, to be entirely aware, what even does the term awareness mean? So while all of you are looking at me right now, while all of you are sitting in your comfortable spaces, the breathing, the breathing in and breathing out of the air, the sensations of your body, the sensations of the ears, the thought process that is going on in your mind while you're listening to me, if you are able to be aware of all of it, of all the reality that is being done to you, that is being aware. Now, some of us might intensely be aware of a moment, and some of us might not be. So what do we do? How do we cultivate the habit of being aware? Now, that is another question. So that can be done through the art of observation. Now, what is observation, you might ask? Okay. So when we talk about observation in the context of spirituality or in the context of meditative living, observation never comes alone. It comes along with non-judgmental attitude towards observation. So observation and non-judgment, and being non-judgment, being in a state of non-judgment, both of it has to go hand in hand, because observation alone cannot do the required change that one might seek. So, for example, when you hear something, when you see something, when anything of the outside world interacts with our senses, there is an immediate reaction to it. We might not interact physically to it. There might not be an expressive reaction to it either. But the immediate reaction that goes on in our mind is the reaction that we have to watch, and that we have to watch non-judgmentally, towards which we have to be we have to develop the observer-like non-judgmental look towards it. And how do we do that? And like, will you be able to do that? Will I be able? Is it even possible to do it. So I will quote something from. I'm sure that all of us have a basic knowledge, basic understanding of science. So we know that experiment, right? It was in 1998, I guess, when the electron, when put under observation, it used to behave like a particle, and when not under observation, it used to behave like a wave. So the theory of observation, that it would change the psychology and the existence and all other beings of a human being, is possible. Science proves it. So observation, so trying to observe something non-judgmentally when your senses are stimulated through the outer world, is something that we will have to practice, and practice consistently, in order to become more and more aware in our daily lives, and in order to lead a mindful life. Now this is something which will not happen over a period of fortnight or even 6 months. I mean, at least it did not happen for me. So it is something which might at first look like a very tedious task, but the continuity and the power to do it continuously is something that will bring a transformation in one's life. Now, I have been taking a session of school-going children and teenagers and young adults, and I try to tell them the same thing. They ask me questions like, how do you really concentrate? People keep asking us to concentrate, but nobody actually teaches us. And they try to understand what even meditation means. So when I tell them, when I try to teach them, when I try to narrate it to them through my experience, they often tell me that this is something alienish to them, because a lot of people who they learn from, who they live along, are not practicing this. So I thought that today, in order to take care of the children, to take care of our younger ones, of our younger siblings, or of our of you, or if you have any younger children, it is our responsibility to lead an exemplary life, and not entirely for them, but primarily for ourselves, that we get out from this cycle of pain and pleasure, and lead a satisfactory and a peaceful and a happy life. So thank you again, Priyanka ma'am and Dileepji Maharaj. Thank you.
That was a wonderful presentation. Simon, just keep a video on. I'm just looking for Priyanka Kotari. She was. Are you back, Priyanka?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What happened to your video? So turn
It
around.
got disconnected. Now it is fine.
You are in yoga position. What happened?
Oh, video is
Yeah.
not coming?
Now is good. Now is good. It was
Now good.
sideways. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, Simon, thank you very much for this beautiful experiment and to describe it so beautifully. And I would like to now next call upon Roshan Kumar Singh. He's a chartered accountant by profession from New Delhi, and he has been working in the field of yoga, women empowerment, child development, environment protection, and plantation. So without wasting any other moment, I would like to hand over the thing to the Dr. Roshan Kumar, so that please enlighten us and share your views with us on this topic.
Yeah, quote unquote, we all wish for world peace, but world peace will never be achieved unless we first establish peace within our own minds. Ilsan Gitso. It's a famous quote by him. So, namaste to everyone, and thanks to Nisha ma'am and Manu bhai for inviting me and giving me such a wonderful platform to speak about yoga and mental health. So, namaste to everyone. Today we are here to discuss the importance of mental health as yoga in our lives and the benefits one will experience when practicing it on a daily basis. First of all, we have to understand the word yoga. What is yoga? Yoga is derived from the Sanskrit word yuj. Yoga means union of individual soul or mind with universal soul. It's a 5,000 years old Indian body of knowledge. It is a system of enhancing our ability to see, enhance, and feel our ultimate nature. Yoga is the most profound exploration of very mechanics of life. It is a gift to humanity and must be started early in life so that the practitioner can reap the lifelong benefits of this ancient practice. So body, mind, and spirit are like a tripod. Even if one aspect isn't functioning properly, our life will not be balanced and that will lead to ill health. Yoga, a component of Ayurveda, is that link which creates a harmony by aligning all the three components, body, mind, and spirit, into one. This harmony in turn exists to support lives. What is the global scenario right now? We are living in certain uncertain times. Social, environmental, and financial instability is rocking most of our worlds right now, majorly due to the consequences of the ongoing pandemic, as we all know. Amid such global scenarios of doom and gloom, practicing yoga can be our secret key for achieving holistic well-being, as it can assist us in bringing our minds, souls, and bodies back to a state of natural calm, rest, and balance. So now come to health and well-being, as we are discussing this point. Health and well-being are closely related to our lifestyle. Lifestyle is the way people live, and this has immense influence in the status of health or disease of an individual. Many factors such as economic status and cultural values of society dictate the dietary preferences in mass. Sedentary life, stressful life is a major factor for all the disease which are going right now, such as diabetes. Diabetes, it's only pure, the only reason for diabetes is stress, in my view, what I think. Yoga, what yoga does with us? Yoga is the most perfect health and wellness model, as it is comprehensive and holistic in nature. Yogic principles help to strengthen and develop positive health, enabling us to withstand stress better. Yoga is holistic and integral science of life, dealing with physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health of an individual and society. So, what is the effect of yoga on individuals' mental health? There was a study conducted in Japan to find out the effect of yoga on mental health between young and the older people. They created two groups, one for younger and another one for seniors, the older one. They conducted classes for once or twice a week for maximum, for a month after taking food for 10 to 12 and for 2 hours. They were instructed to practice asanas, pranayam, and meditation. After a month, the conclusion was very impressive, and it established that yoga has both immediate and long-term benefit. Effect on anxiety reduction. It helped to improve the mental health in both the groups. So what is yoga? We are also practicing yoga as an alternative healthcare. Yoga is being practiced as an alternative healthcare practice. The number of yoga practitioners continues to rise tremendously. There are several reviews which prove the potential benefits of yoga for overall health, especially for mental health. Yoga has also been seen to improve in disease of risk in adults with type 2 diabetes. Especially I'm talking about diabetes because it is completely related to stress, including glucose tolerance and etc. What we missed many times, that the stress only happens to adult. It is common knowledge that adults face stress in many forms every day. But today's children are as stressed as adults. Increasing competition in schools and colleges, dealing with peer pressure, the difficult phase of puberty, extracurricular activities, and meeting the expectations of parents and teachers are very stressful for children. The best way, what is the best way? The best way to deal with this pressure is through the practice of yoga only. So we can introduce yoga at as early as of 8 years. I mean, exercise has a huge impact on our body and systems like the nervous, respiratory, and digestive. Yoga affects children's emotions and behavior. It has a positive effect on the mental state and it's in creativity. Just like we prepare the soil before planting a seeds, we need to prepare the brain. Children are very receptive at tender age. So yoga will help them to keep them focused, improve the quality of their memory, and improve overall brain function. Yoga postures help children with disabilities also, and many have shown immense improvement and positive results. So in the end, it is about the caste, creed, and religion. Its orientation to comprehensive health, both individual and social, makes it a worthy practice for the people of all religions, races, and nationalities. And nowadays, millions and millions of people across the globe have benefited by the practice of yoga, which has been preserved and promoted by the great eminent yoga masters. Just like there are many yoga masters are sitting with us right now. So only what we have to do, we have to invest only 30 minutes every day to practice yoga, and it will give us immense health benefits, especially mental health. So in the end, I would like to conclude and saying thanks to Nisha Foundation, especially Nisha ma'am and Guruji for organizing such a beautiful and meaningful event. I would also like to thank Manu Bhai for introducing me. In the end, I would like to quote Lord Buddha: meditation brings wisdom, lack of meditation leaves ignorance. Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. Thank you. Maybe your voice is not.
Am I audible?
Yeah, right.
Thank you, Roshan ji. It was really wonderful. And thank you so much for enlightening us and share your views with about yoga and other stuff on mental health. Thanks to you. And I would like to again invite Kajal Negi for another bhajan so that we create another beautiful stopping of mind. It's like when we hear a song, mind immediately stops. Please, Kajal.
Thank you so much. थोड़ा मन दर्पण कहलाए, थोड़ा मन दर्पण कहलाए, भले बुरे सारे कर्मों को देखे और दिखाए, थोड़ा मन दर्पण कहलाए, थोड़ा मन दर्पण कहलाए। मन ही देवता, मन ही ईश्वर, मन से बड़ा न कोई। मन ही देवता, मन ही ईश्वर, मन से बड़ा न कोई। मन उजियारा जब जब फैले, जग उजियारा होए। इस उजले दर्पण पर प्राणी धूल न जमने पाए, थोड़ा मन
सुख की कलिया दुख के काटे मन सबका धार। सुख की कलिया दुख के काटे मन सबका धार। मन से कोई बात छुपे ना मन के नैन हजार। जग से चाहे भागन कोई मन से भाग न पाए। थोड़ा मन दर्पण कहलाए, थोड़ा मन दर्पण कहलाए। भले बुरे सारे कर्मों को देखे और दिखाए। थोड़ा मन दर्पण कहलाए, थोड़ा मन दर्पण कहलाए। Thank you so much.
It was wonderful, dear Kajal ji. It definitely, certainly bring lot of happiness and light within us. Tora man darpan kehlaye. Yes, it is very much true that mind is exactly like a mirror. And when the purest mind will only lead to the ultimate innocence and the journey of every human destiny to reach and to achieve the ultimate height of consciousness. So thanks to you, Kajal ji.
Thank you so much.
With this, now next, I would like to invite dear Swati Jain. She's a NIP practitioner and a coach, life coach, and skills transformation trainer. So, dear Swati, thank you for joining us, and please share your views and enlighten us with your knowledge.
Thank you so much, Dr. Priyanka, for such a great opportunity that you've given me today. A warm welcome to each one of you who is present here, and namaste to each one of you. Today, when we talk about mental health, one thing that comes to our mind is how do we generate it? Because, you know, we are constantly managing our limiting factors of mind, which does not let us move ahead of our own capabilities and our own potentials. One thing that keeps on hampering us is our own limiting beliefs and limiting factors that bounds us and does not let us do something which is of our true potential. They keep our limiting factors like beliefs, memories, ideas, decisions of the past, and guilt so close to our heart that we don't want to get rid of it. Forget about moving forward. While we are trying to be perfect with everything that we are doing in our life, we want to have perfect relationships. We want a perfect career. We want perfect life partner. We want perfection in each and everything that we are doing. Is it really possible for a human being to be perfect in everything that we do? And once we lose that kind of perfection in our work and in other domains of life, we start to feel anxious. We start to feel stressful. And then we say that, oh my God, I have such anxiety in my mind. I feel so stressful. I feel like I'm in depression. We are using these words like anxiety, We are using the words like depression so openly these days that we have actually given even a small tension, the name of a small tension as depression. But we need to identify that these limiting factors, especially guilt, that we are having in our minds in today's world, is one of the most promising factors which does not let us have a healthy mental status. Whenever we want to achieve something in our life, we want to do something really good in our life. We aspire for perfection. We want perfection. Now, when we want perfection, we go to do something new. We go to experiment something new, and some problem happens. When that problem happens, we go and ask the experienced people of the society, maybe the elders of the family, our friends, our colleagues, who already have been into such a situation to advise us as to what should be done in that particular problem at that particular moment of time. They suggest us that we need to maintain balance in everything that we are doing, and we must give great results in return. So, as a perfect human being that we want to be, we follow them and we try to do everything possible that is being given by them as an advice. When we follow their advice, we of course have so much of anxiety. We feel overwhelmed by our own emotions at times. And when we feel overwhelmed, we feel anxiety while we are still trying to do everything possible. But as a human, we have our own capabilities. We cannot be perfect in everything. Perfection is just a myth. And if we want to go in the opposite direction, of course, we will get hurt mentally and physically. So now that we are not able to do everything that is being asked to us by the society, we start to feel guilty. We get into the trap of guilty ourselves. We get guilty because we are not able to produce results. We get guilty because someone else is better than us. We get guilty because we did not make the right decisions. We get guilty because we are not able to have the right beliefs. We get guilty because the last decision that we made did not get us good results for us in the future. So we get guilty over everything and anything in life. This guilt that we have, out of that guilt, we still carry on a lot of other things and hence create some more problems in our lives. Then we again go back to society to ask these people who we call as the perfect people of the society of our life. We again go back to them seeking some more advices, and they again tell us that you need to fulfill all the requirements to balance your own life. And with this circle of life, this circle of guilt keeps on processing round and round and round. Let me give you a very small example here. Suppose you are working in a corporate, and as a corporate person, you always have one or the other presentations. You go to your boss to ask for some advice on some particular subject, on some particular presentation that you are going to have in the evening today. Now, when you go to that boss, he'll tell you hundreds of advices to do best out of you because he's expecting that from an employee. You try and build it up overnight. But of course, you have your own limitations and you have some loophole that comes in between, and you are not able to generate 100% result. Now you'll have thousands of thoughts in your mind that you are not doing well, my job will be gone, my boss would not be happy with me, and this and that. So in order to balance out our work life domain, we are actually causing destruction in our own mind leaving us in greater track of guilt. Now, with that guilt, we again have some other problems and we again go to boss seeking some more advices. I am not saying that we need not ask for advices from the experienced person. Of course, we should and we must ask them. But instead of kind of following them blindly, try to identify your own core areas of excellence. Mix it up with your work domain and with your personal domain so that you bring out some more better results for yourself, better results for the organization that you are working, and better results for your own life, which is more important. Because today we are only trying to balance our life between our work, between our personal life. Forget balancing. Try to get harmony. Try to get into harmony with your life. In that rat race of balancing each and everything in our life, we are trying to forget our own potentials and forget the love that we have inside us for the life that we want to have. So I'll give you some 5 simple tips how to maintain that kind of, how to get rid of your own guilt cycle with some 5 simple steps. First is, of course, forget balancing. Try to get harmonized with your own thoughts. Do not judge the situations, accept your situations, accept your own well-being into the situation. Adjust, but accept. Second is, stop being perfect. Perfection is a myth. It's okay to do mistakes. It's okay to go wrong at times. Accept your mistakes, learn from them, and move forward. Learn to say no is the third point that I want to talk about. Since the beginning of our life, we have never been told that art of saying a no. Learn it, use it. It's really primary. And you must know where and when you have to say a no to the other person without making them feel bad. Because of course, we have our own limitations, we have our own restrictions, and we must identify the potential that we have. We cannot always work by the words of the society. Accept your own potentials and learn to say a no. Last but not the least, keep pursuing your hobbies. Make your purpose your work arena so that you enjoy the most out of it. There are so many professions that we have today in which we are not only working with our passion in hand, that gives us more peace of mind and more happiness, because ultimately what as a human being we are moving towards is the ultimate calmness and the ultimate happiness that we all desire and that we all deserve. In the end, I would like to thank Nisha Foundation and Guru Dileepji for this wonderful opportunity that you have given me to express my thoughts on this wonderful initiative that you have taken. Thank you so much for being such lovely audience.
Swati, it was really wonderful, and your thoughts really were enlightening us in many ways, and we need different views. So thanks to you for sharing your views. And as you said, that we realize the value of light when we face darkness in our life. We realize the value of food when we are hungry. The same way we realize the value of health when we feel sickness, when we go through sickness. So it's like if mind is not healthy, it's like a river without water. So health first, health is the wealth. With this note, I would like to invite my dear friend and colleague, Dr. Manu Singh. He is environmentalist and he's a founder of Sarva Dharma Samvad, and he's our chief speaker today. Manuji, thanks to you for joining us, and please enlighten us with your insights. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nisha ji, not only for giving me or providing me with this opportunity to speak, but also I would like to say thank you from all the lovely people you have reached out, not only during COVID times through Nisha Foundation, but relentlessly, persistently throughout any hardships, and you have been a beacon of shining light in their lives, and you have brought so much hope, so much happiness, and so much joy that I wish more strength, more courage to you, and we should all join forces. I also would like to thank Guru Dileepji for giving all of us this opportunity. Thank you, Guruji. And I hope that with such endeavors, they keep blossoming in the near future, and we continue to join forces and work together as a community that will try and holster and boost the yogic level of understanding throughout the world. I extend my gratitude to all my previous speakers. Nisha ji was brilliant in harmonizing the vibrations between mind and body and mind and heart. After that, Simone spoke so beautifully and elaborately about meditative living. And I loved hearing Roshanji. It was amazing to see the psychological inputs from Swatiji. So yeah, and above all, I like to thank Kajal, especially for the second song. After that song, I don't think so we need to say anything, because that song beautifully summarized and encapsulated what this session is all about. Now, before I begin my presentation, I would like to begin with a small story. Because for me, I think when we say mindfulness, it's actually a misleading term, because when we are talking about meditative living, we are trying to attain mindlessness, a state of thoughtlessness, not mindfulness, but from mindfulness to mindlessness. So I begin with this story, and it's a very foolish story. But sometimes behind the foolish stories, the message is grand, the message is great. So what happens is that there is this gentleman who once approaches a physician. It's very interesting, listen to this. He approaches the physician with a very strange predicament, very strange problem. He goes to the physician and he says, "Dear doctor, I am in real pain, in real trauma." The doctor says, "What happened?" He says, "Everything in my body hurts. Everything in my body causes pain." The doctor is surprised. He says, "Everything? Every part of your body?" He says, "Yes, every part of my body. I touch my head, it hurts. I touch my cheek, it hurts. I touch my shoulder, terribly hurts. I touch my chest, it hurts. I touch my leg, it is hurting a lot." The doctor is confused. He says, "Okay, I will run through a particular set of diagnostics. I will go through certain tests, and you come tomorrow and I will tell you what the problem is, where the root of your suffering lies." The next day, when the patient turns up, the doctor says, "I have two things to tell you. One is very bright, very beautiful, and the other is slightly bothering, but don't worry. The first thing is, there is nothing wrong with your body. Everything is where it should be. The minor problem, or the second thing, is that your finger is broken." Now, even my finger has a band-aid, which is very apt for today's story. So your finger is broken. So everything you touch hurts, causes pain. Now, this is you might think this is a very foolish story. But if you go deeper, you'll realize the finger denotes connection. And if your connection is broken, if your connection is violated, your connection to whom? Your connection to the supreme consciousness, your connection to your own self. If that is broken, then my dear friends, everything will hurt. Your mental health will hurt. Your physical health will hurt. Your relationships will cause pain. Your financial career structure, that will cause trauma. So if you need to find happiness or pure mental health, we need to start living the meditative way, or we need to start establishing that connection with our own selves. Because if that gets screwed, everything else is screwed. And I would go back to what Krishna says. This is a beautiful poem by Ramdhari Singh Dinkar. I change just one word of it for my own convenience, for my own message. So when Krishna approaches Duryodhan and he says, listen, Duryodhan, we don't want half. The Pandavas don't require half of your kingdom. Just give us 5 villages. Duryodhan refuses. And Krishna gets angry. Now, when he gets angry, Duryodhan tries to trap him through a chain. What does Krishna do? In Hindi, in Ramdhari Singh Dinkar's own words, it's a beautiful poem. I'll just quote a couplet of it. He says, "Bandhne mujhe tu aaya hai, zanjeer badi kya laya hai? Jo mujhe bandhna chahe man, pehle to bandh anant gagan." And listen to this couplet. खुद को साध न सकता है वो मुझे बांध क्या सकता है, which means you can't even understand your own self. How do you intend to understand this entire creation, this entire supreme creation? So if we have to think about meditative living, we need to understand. Today I am speaking from Australia. It is already World Yoga Day. Now, what we've also done is we've converted the grand philosophy of yoga into yoga. That is yoga plus A. That is only yoga asanas. And we think we always do these little foolish acts. We think if we can do these asanas, that is the way that we'll be bereft from all suffering. That is how we'll be disconnected from all suffering. If we can just sit for an hour and have a thoughtless meditation session, we will be able to master our mind and probably live a happy life. No, my friends, it doesn't work like that. There is a reason that Patanjali, that great sage, that great scientist, gave us the 8-fold path. The 8-fold path of Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dhyan, Dharan, Samadhi. There is a reason that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Asatyam pratishthanam te jagdahu hunarnishwaram apparaspar sambhutam kimnyatkam hetukam. Which means, and which beautifully elucidates this, what I'm trying to convey. Which means that for one whose mind is not trained, the one who is venomized and polluted by his own ego, that one who considers himself bereft of this entire creation, that person will assume that there is no creator to this entire cosmos. And that person will then act in the most horrible way. and cause untold sufferings, because he will think that this entire nature, this entire creation is only to satiate his lust. And then, if I may requote it according to the present times, this glorification of greed as God, of lust as God, and then terming it progressive civilization. This, my dear friends, is the actual cause of untold suffering. We can't, the first yam is ahimsa. How can we have a food industry which is killing 6 billion birds and animals every single day just for the satiations of the taste bud of humanity? How can we have an industry like this that is ravaging, pillaging the entire rainforests? The entire ecosystems are ravaged, rivers are polluted. We are doing all of that just for the satiation of taste buds. We are dumping all those chemicals, all those dead bodies on our bodies, and we think that just by doing asanas or sitting for meditation, we will actually come out of the grief that we've brought across the system. No, my dear friends, on this yoga day, let's pledge that we will not let this great philosophy of Ashtanga Yoga be reduced to only asanas, that we will bring it back in its full glory of it being a civilizational charter of human rights, a civilizational charter of living that India gave to the entire world. And that is the way that we will live a meditative life. And only when we will live a meditative life, then we will sit in meditation and we will achieve thoughtlessness. Otherwise, as it is beautifully, elaborately elucidated in Narak Samhita, in Kuber Samhita, that your subconscious will haunt you throughout, as Kajal in her song beautifully described, bhale bure sare karmon ko dekhe aur dikhaye. If you have a polluted and overpowered subconscious, there is no technique in the world that will cause thoughtlessness, joyfulness, and bliss to you. Coming back to mental health, the first part I have answered. There are 3 pillars of mental health. The first is self. The second is relationship. How important are relationships? We all know addiction is one of the lead causes of depression these days. Addiction to anything. Addiction to relationship, not only to drugs or to psychotropic substances. Addiction to anything. Now, there was a very beautiful experiment by Pavlov to determine what addiction is and how it works. What he did, he placed a rat in an enclosure and placed water in 2 bowls. In one bowl, he placed water that was laced with heroin, an extremely psychotropic substance. What he noticed that after a few times, when the rat tasted the heroin water, he got addicted to it. And soon it kept drinking that very heroin water and died. But this experiment, my dear friends, was flawed. Recently, scientists said, oh, the rat was alone. What if we create a rat park and introduce many rats there with which this rat can play, with which this rat can have a family? And they repeated the experiment. Surprisingly, when the rat was in a rat park full of rats, good relations, and a happy life, it did not go for the heroin-laced water. relationships are important. Invest in them. Invest in self, invest in relationships. Third, social understanding. For any kind of mental health, it is very important to have social understanding. And I have another very beautiful story to elucidate this. Simple, yet very beautiful. Once upon a time, a man dies. And just before he's dying, he asks, because he's done great yoga in his life. So he goes up and asks, I want to choose where I want to go. So the Lord, who's the keeper, he says, okay, tell me, you want to go where? He said, I want to check hell and heaven both. So he's taken to heaven, first to hell. He sees that in hell, there is a huge table with every beautiful dish on the planet kept on that table. He's amazed. He said, I thought hell would be torturous. Then he sees that people come, and each of their hands, there was a long log of stick that was tied to their hands. So the hands could not bend joint-wise. So they tried to eat, but since they could not fold it from the joint, they could not approach it to their palate. And he realized, oh my God, there can be no greater suffering than this. You have the most beautiful food in front of you, but you cannot let your taste buds delve in those delicious vibes that the food is emanating. There is nothing more tragic than this. He says, of course, in the heaven, they will not have the logs. But to his great amusement, in heaven also, it was the same structure, the same table, the same people, and the same logs. He thought, how is this heaven then? Then he saw each one of the individuals, when they sat down, they picked up that morsel of delicious food and put it in the mouth of the other. In this way, everyone was fed, everyone was nourished. So my dear friends, what does this tell us? This tells us a very basic fact, that if you care for the other, everything is heaven. This earth is heaven, every place is heaven. But if you are just consumed by the thought of self-consumption, then every place, every planet is nothing but living hell. So self always has to do with responsibility. Try and understand all the eight folds. Say no to greed. Say no to suffering, not only to other humans, but very importantly, to all other animals. Say no to war. Say no to an armament industry, a big pharma industry that is constantly just there to make profit and controlling the planet. And if we can do that, my friends, we will sit in no matter what posture, in no matter what type of meditation we want to do, our minds would be clear. Karma is the key here. And I again thank all the organizers for having me. And I wish that we take this as an opportunity, that let's crusade against this act of reducing the entire philosophy of yoga only to asanas. Let's bring it as it is, a way of life. Thank you.
Manuji, it was really wonderful, and thank you so much for such intense insights, and which will definitely I'm sure it has enlightened many of us, and this is something very, very important. With this saying, I would like to express thanks to my other speakers, dear singer Kajal, to all for contributing and for giving your time and sharing your views. with, and I would like to express my gratitude, deep thankfulness to dear Swamiji for giving us this opportunity, me and my team. And at last, I would like to pray to Almighty for all of us that Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. May the Mother Earth lead all of us from ignorance to truth, from darkness to light, from death to deathlessness. And may the all weaknesses, fear, hopelessness dies, and the strength, courage, power gets born in every human to take care this challenging day-to-day life. Thanks to you. Thank you, Dileepji.
Thank you, Dr. Priyangaji. That was a wonderful panel group. All the speakers are excellent in their areas. I was trying to bring Simon and Kajal to the screen. Somehow I didn't see them opening the video. Yeah, Simon is here. Okay. And Kajal, are you there? It was a beautiful two bhajans I heard. Yeah. Gabriel, are you there? Then I am so happy Manuji mentioned you all have to work together. Yes. The 17th Sustainable Development Goals is partnership. From my childhood, I partner with other people, organization. I show a video how we did things last 50 years in different parts of the world. That will give you some glimpses. What is going on? Something going on. Let me see again. Okay, it's coming.
भक्ति ज्ञान योग से पावत तन मन में ऊर्जा चेतना जागत हठिन राजयोग वेद सुदृढ़ शरीरा दूर करे आशा द्वेष विस्मय की पीड़ा निरोध का मन तन को करो योगमयं विश्वं चिंता से मुक्ति कार्य में कुशलता उत्साह संग संग चलने की योग्यता विश्वास और योग से होगा बसो ऐसी धरा की कल्पना करो योगमयं विश्वं कुरु विश्वं कुरु विश्वं कुरु विश्वं कुरु
You get some idea. I didn't put all the photos from different events. More than 5 minutes video is so boring for people to watch. So it's like 121 photos are there. There was a interfaith award ceremony, so they asked me to make a video clip. So that's why we made it. I'm not a techie, just learning, and life is making me to learn. We are old group. We don't go with the technology, you know, but now we are surviving with the technology. So tomorrow will be our 35th anniversary of World Yoga Community and the movement of the Yoga Day. People heard only about few people about Yoga Day because they brought to the UN and all this. So before that, we started this one. And I had to acknowledge all the great masters support us to implementing Yoga Day in different forms. I had to acknowledge our Prime Minister Modi, the last part he did for us. In 2007, during our World Yoga Festival at the Indian Consulate, I explained what we are going to do for the Yoga Day. We were using World Yoga Day, that's the first name we use it, since I met Secretary General Kofi Annan at the UN, Guru Swami Buaji Maharaj. We changed the name World Yoga Day to International Day of Yoga. That will match with the UN. Then, of course, I have to say our late Minister Sushma Swaraji. She was so supportive to make this day to happen. She came to the UN, we had a discussion. I had to mention about our ambassador at the UN during the resolution happening. He's the person who put the initiative to create the resolution. We had 177 countries support this resolution. 2 countries opposed, but we put yoga teachers in those countries. I don't want to mention their names, it's not appropriate. But whatever it is, for us, Yoga Day is very important because we want Yoga Day to be flourish around the globe. Everyone should practice yoga. Even though our great masters brought yoga lifestyle teachings to the world, but yoga is a universal teaching. So we had to thank the universe. Universe gave us the teaching, and India is giving back to the universe. That's the way it is. So this is for everybody, not only for one group of people or nation or culture. It is beyond religion, culture, or nationality. That's the way it is. So I'm so happy all of you join here. So you see in the screen, all are Indians. Even though I'm living in America, I still keep Indian passport. So I'm Indian. So I'm going to invite another person who is living in America, born in America, but he likes to sing a bhajan. That is Gabriel, one of my students. Gabriel, are you ready to sing a bhajan?
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah.
Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Uma Parvati Anandama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Uma Parvati Anandama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma 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 Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. 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 Ma 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 Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Uma Parvati Anandama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Uma Parvati Anandama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma 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 Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Ma Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama. Kali Durge Namo Nama.
Thank you, Gabriel. His spiritual name is Premnath. So tomorrow he is going to sing at the Church Center for the United Nations for the Yoga Day. And he's with me last 7 years. He is originally from Catholic family, but now he go to only temples, not the churches. So 2 days before, Government of India, especially in the sports section, they made yogasana. Those who practice yogasana or teacher, they can get job in sports department. They made an order. I put it on Facebook. That's a good thing. We are making the list for the World Yogasana Sports Championship, and somebody wrote Yogasan. I said, I want you to change that one. So they didn't get it. So our language is Hindi, so they want to say Yogasan. I said, no, Yogasana is the word for the global level. So you had to keep that one. And that next day, government made this order, Yogasana. Yeah. But even though in India, the yoga is acknowledged in every department now. So in May 17, according to my request, our assemblyman made a resolution at the New York State in the Assembly and the Senate, and is adopted. I want to show that process.
Mr. Speaker, will you please call the House to order? The House will come to order. In the absence of clergy, let us pause for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A quorum being present. Assembly number 916 rules at the request of Mr. Syed. Legislative resolution memorializing Governor Kathy Hochul to proclaim June 21st, 2022 as Yoga Day in the state of New York. Mr. Syed on the resolution. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the resolution, recognizing yoga has been crucial for many, many years. And as we approach a time when we're dealing with so many social issues, not only involving education and wellness and well-being, yoga has become not only a function of certain societies or cultures, it's become a growing necessity to address physical well-being, emotional well-being. And as an educator for many years, acknowledged the work of yoga teachers and practitioners, and have addressed this by granting many local school districts with yoga instruction. And the benefits with children, sometimes children with emotional and mental and other disabilities, the progress has been enormous. And I'd like to just today acknowledge the importance of yoga to complement one of the forefront leaders and leaders internationally, Guru Guruji Thanktapan, who appeared before us 2 weeks ago as a leader in interfaith peace across the world, supporting the Path to Peace initiative and global interfaith celebrations and dialogue. So today it gives me great pleasure to acknowledge, to recommend, and hope we continue to implement yoga on the local, on the state, national, international scene as a very beneficial tool to address wellness and emotional well-being. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. On the resolution, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. Resolution is adopted.
So this is already happened. So that is a history we made in America. The first time in the history, in especially in New York. We have 36 million yoga practitioners in all over America. Majority of them are in New York State and the California State. I'll say New York is the number one. So we are getting proclamations from the local level, state level, and national level for this event. And proudly I say, if I can do this much, all of you can do it better than I do. So we had to make hard work to promote a healthy lifestyle through yoga and bring everything together. Whatever knowledge we have, share it and care about all the people around the globe, not only Indians or Americans or Africans. Everybody have a right to live on this earth peacefully. We had to go beyond the limit. That is yoga means. A lot of time people say, "Oh, I don't believe in God," but they don't know who is controlling us. We stuck there. So something is controlling all of us. So if we cannot imagine the way of nature how flows. We stuck with a certain religion or dogmas, and we don't want to develop our consciousness to the super conscious state. So this is the part we have to bring people together. And every single time I always say, be a wonderful being to celebrate every single moment in our life, from first birth to the last breath. That's our life in this form. But still we are traveling from this form to the next form. Nothing limited. So go to the higher state. Never stuck in a well as a frog. Get out from the well and travel as a bird. So thank you all the speakers, especially I want to give special credit to Dr. Priyanka Kotariji. I hope all can be here tomorrow with us to celebrate at the UN. But next year maybe we'll plan it. That is our 30th World Yoga Festival. We'll make it good event. When I come to Delhi, we'll all meet maybe in January, I hope.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you everyone. Please join. Tomorrow will be 9:30 Indian time, 12 to 3 is in American time. So the 3-hour program. And all other days we have 10 o'clock, 7:30 in India. And 24th, our Congresswoman is going to speak. That will be our final day of the Yoga Asana sports. And 30th is our gala celebration. So see you all very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any closing remarks, Dr. Priyanka?
Swamiji, thank you so much again for giving us the opportunity, and it was really very insightful, and we learned, I have also learned a little bit, and with your blessings we will be doing wonders. Thank you.
Okay. If Kajal want to sing any other days, just jump in, let me know. We need more musicians, singers.
Yes.
Thanks.